Turn up to this one. Customer said their cylinder was leaking. It's an unvented cylinder, and as you can see, that's been leaking for a long time and it's just continuously dripping. First thing I do is stick my finger in. It's cold water, which is telling me it's probably going to be the combi block. The customer told me they'd already turned the heating and hot water off yesterday, so I know it wasn't going to be hot anyway. So I turn the isolation off that feeds the cylinder, and then I'm going to open a hot tap. First thing I'm going to do is check the expansion vessel. As the plumbing police will tell you in the comments, it's just good practice to always check the expansion vessel. Jokes aside though, so many people don't get these cylinders serviced, so it probably does need pumping up. But that won't be the reason for the tundish dripping like that. So the unvented cylinder needs to be pumped up to 3 bar on the expansion vessel. Use my Regan pump, gone are the days where I use a foot pump. Set it to 3 bar, press the button, and then you just wait. You can see this one was absolutely completely flat. So pump that up to 3 bar. And now let's go on to the real reason why we're here. So we're going to change that combi valve. So we need to undo that nut there. And then undo that nut there to get that whipped out the way. Undo the top nut, undo that nut. You get the idea, we're just taking it apart. The new one isn't the same, so we're going to have to do a little bit of repiping. But it's not the end of the world. So there's the old one out. You can see inside there, that's the pressure reducing valve. And then it goes off to the balance cold, the expansion vessel. And then there's a little cap at the back if you wanted a pressure gauge on it. The only other thing that it could have been was the balance cold on this was capped off, which means the house won't be balanced. So if the mains coming in is like 5 bar and now the cylinders drop down to 3 bar, you can get mixer taps or showers and they can backfeed from the cold main up into the cylinder and then discharge out of there, because then essentially it's more pressure. But replacing the combi valve is definitely a lot easier and cheaper than trying to go around this place. There's 4 showers and mixer taps everywhere. Like, there's no way you're going to find that very easily. So we'll change the combi valve first off, because I'm pretty confident that that's what it's going to be. So what I did was I put the combi valve a little bit further down and then just extended the cold main at the top with a coupler and a bit of 22, just like that. The location of that isn't really ideal, but you got to do what you got to do. Not going to make the customer pay even more just to move it when it works fine. It's all accessible. Right, that tap needs a bit of attention, but we're not here for that, so we'll turn that off. We'll just check the tundish. There we go, bone dry. We'll pop the hot water on. We'll stay for 20 minutes and just check it out, make sure everything's okay. Worked out well because I was here for a gas check as well, so I went and did the appliances, had the boiler on max, firing around hot water. Had another quick look, still bone dry. So the reason was the pressure reducing valve had gone, and by the look of that, it was going for a long time. So that's another one done. Happy days.